Here in the ham radio and vintage tech shop and shack, reconfiguring everything, building some new shelf units for my collection to spread them out a little bit. There's another shelf unit there. Move some things around out here in the opening of the lab. I inset my Heathkit clock into the Shumeric setup, and so I've got a little more room, but that's not why I'm recording today. My plan is to show you a short video on rebuilding this CNC machine here. Let me get it, there we go. The head on the CNC machine was sloppy. The router head. Laser doesn't matter because the laser doesn't touch anything, but the router head was really sloppy. And so my son and I pulled the router head out, and sure enough, we discovered, let me see if I can get it all on camera here. I'm on, got backlighting here. And yeah, so, and let me plug in some light. So as you can see, yeah, so this is the router, and it rides up and down and back and forth on the gimbal, and there's a bearing here, fits in there, and one over here. But what we have is this slop right here, and this bearing is not quite as bad as the other one, but it just rattles, and it's brand new. The unit is just about new, so it's had very few hours, but this bearing was really bad, and so this would rattle like this. Now there's not a bearing in there now, obviously. I've got it used, I was testing it. So we bought 4 new bearings in hopes that maybe they would be tighter. So that's what this video is about. I'm testing this lateral movement here, like this and like this. But what I'll do is I'll rotate the bearing 45 degrees increments and test the amount of slop in the bearing. And I was a little surprised. This one feels a little rough, even though it's practically new on this CNC machine. So let me jump right into, I've got it all set up on a clamp, and we'll get it working. Let you see what kind of slop we have between the old bearing and a couple of the new ones. Okay, Jesse, I've got the dial gauge set up here on the unit with the old bearing, and I want you to see how much slop we have in the bearing. I've got it pushing up against it, and then I've zeroed the dial gauge. So when I push down on the shaft, I've got 40 thousandths, or 50 thousandths. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 thousandths. Yeah. 70 thousandths slop. That's on the old bearing. Let's try the new one. Okay, this is the new bearing, and I've got it set up here. Got 20 thousandths. All right, now that's with the bearings configured. I don't know if you can see this in here or not. Let me see if I can get the light. Well, whatever. I've got the bearings configured up here, so the empty spots are on the sides. Let me change the orientation of the bearing and see if that changes the amount of slop. Okay, orientation does make a difference. Now I've got the bearings on the top and bottom and on the sides. And let's see, we got it 15 thousandths of a slop. All right, let's go back to the old one. All right, this is the old bearing with the bearings on the sides and the tops exactly. Just about 45, 50 thousandths slop. And I'm going to turn this orientation again 45 degrees and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, my gauge, my setup isn't perfect here, but it's close enough for, yeah, see there's 50 thousandths. 50,000 slop as opposed to 12. Okay, we'll try this again. Now they're oriented, instead of straight up and down, they're 45 degrees off. 40 thousandths slop. 40 thousandths. Let me adjust a few things here. Okay, now I'm still on the old bearing. And let me zero this. Okay, we got 10 thousandths slop there. Okay, I reoriented the bearing. Old bearing again. 25 thousandths. 25 thousandths. Okay, old bearing again, turn the orientation slightly, turn the orientation. Yeah, the bearings are moving around in there, I think. $20 thousandths. All right, change the orientation. $40 thousandths. Okay, change the orientation again. $22 thousandths. Okay, we'll try one more time. And I've tried the shaft in or out. Let me push it all the way in. $35. Let me pull it out. Pull it out there. Okay, 30 to 35. I'm moving things around a little bit, so that's probably why. Yeah, there's 35 thousandths, 30 thousandths. So that's the old bearing. And this is the new bearing with it sticking all the way out. Let's go set the 0. $12 thousandths. I'll shove that in. 12 thousandths. Okay, we're going to turn this again. Alrighty, we turned it 45 degrees. Much better. Still about 12 thousandths. No matter where we put the shaft. I pull the shaft all the way in, pull it out. about 10 to 12 thousandths slop. Big difference than 25 to 35 to 40. Okay, I've turned it again. Set the 0. There's 17. Pull it out a little bit. 15, push it in. So it really depends on where the bearings end up. It's 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12. Yeah. The new bearings are a little tighter. Let me try one of the other new bearings, and we'll see what we get with it. Okay, this is one of the other new bearings. 12 thousandths. I can pull it out. I'll pull it out to the end. 12 thousandths. Push it all the way in. 12 thousandths. So the new bearings are around what, 12 thousandths slop, and the old bearing is running anywhere from 25 to 70, depending on how we have this oriented. So I think the new bearing will help. I don't think it's going to be perfect. So whatever you think we should try, it's up to you. I can put these new bearings in, and we can try it. We'll still have some slop, but I don't think we're going to have 30% slop. Even if we change the orientation of the bearing, I think we're still going to get about 12 slop of 12 thousandths.